Hi, my name is Alex, and welcome to Journeys Through Time. And if you're new to this channel, please do like and subscribe because uh, we're up to episode 18. So do watch the journey so far. And if you're returning, welcome back. Well, in episode 17, we were talking about the importance of, consistency, the message consistency in the LinkedIn environment. And basically, building a LinkedIn network on a regular basis is an important, part of your journey when you first join LinkedIn, or at least when you get active. So in this episode, I'm talking about the importance of, why background knowledge, builds a personal foundation because in life, we're looking, we're setting a direction for ourselves, a course of action. And when you set a course, it is about the actions that you take. And in this marketing business we're in, what we're really chasing are customers. But it's also, it's all very well, we've set the course and we're steering the ship, but we also need to bear in mind where we've come from, remembering how we got there, the conversations we've had, the changes of directions, and, asking yourself the kind of customers you're really looking for. When I think of, how I've got here, well, it's already, it's already 4 years into a major change of direction that I took as a result of the pandemic happened. I knew what I didn't want, and that helped guide me as to what I thought I wanted. And I thought I wanted a lot of things, but it was a journey through each of those uh, desires individually that has brought me to the point I'm at now. The conversations that I had at various points along the journey were also very important because the first conversations I had with potential customers told me that they weren't the kind of customers I wanted, and that was very important to hear that in you know, in real time. Yeah, you can think about the kind of people we want, but until you actually speak to them, it made me realize that I hadn't really properly defined the kind of people I was looking for. And you get to speak to who you define. So it was a question of needing to um, tighten that thing up. Later on, when I thought I could solve the customer problem by just hiring, good and well experienced salespeople, I went through this process of, well, okay, how do you find good salespeople? I worked out a way, and I had some wonderful conversations with sales professionals. Now, I realized that none of them were ready to step in the world I was designing, but it gave me a lot of faith uh, that there is a lot of desire to move into the traveler space. And, I got good feedback. And as a result of that, uh, I made modifications to at each point of the journey I was at. And it helped also to define that question I'd posed myself earlier on about, what kind of customers you wanted. Um, Originally, I, I thought I was going to, sort of to help people become travel professionals directly. But really, the kind of people I was looking for, I then thought were more likely to be uh, this new phenomenon that has really occurred over the last 10 years or so of becoming, nomadic travelers. Um, but what I found out, of course, since then is that a lot of people who think of themselves as nomadic travelers are already, they already have one or more um, entrepreneurial streams, and they're not necessarily ready to take yet another turn. They've taken, most of them have already taken the plunge to go nomadic, and of course, what we know today is a lot of countries now encourage it because and they even in a lot of countries' cases, they've now changed, their visa systems to make it easier for nomadic travelers to stay with them longer, because the longer they stay, um, well, the more they spend, but they're also contributing to the economy. And if they succeed wherever they lay their hats, they may even employ people in those countries. And of course, that's, you know, it's a win-win, isn't it? It's a win for the individuals and a win for the local economy of the countries that have invited them in. So it was then really that I realized that what travel professionals are looking for is help finding customers themselves, because it's quite an interesting subject, because you think because there's so many people are traveling that it would be easy to find them, but it's not. On one hand, it's good that there are so many people that want to travel, but by its very nature, that now makes it more challenging to find them. It's like hiding in plain sight. Um, so the importance of doing this well is actually become more important. So now we know where travelers are. We just now need to perfect the art of finding them and attracting them um, to the travel professionals that are looking for them. So there are various things, you know, this knowledge, this background knowledge, it's a foundation, because um, reviewing your journey is something that you should do frequently. I originally wrote in my notes that you should do it constantly, but that isn't necessarily um, something you shouldn't be doing every second, every 5 minutes. But you should be doing it at reasonable intervals, because it's, well, you're checking in with yourself. You know, um, I say a lot that you need to measure how you're doing. How do you know if you're succeeding or not unless you're prepared to measure? So knowing your background, and of course every new day that you live, you are adding to your background, your journey. So you do need to check in with yourself ever so often to see what's happening. And by doing so, it allows you to either adjust or refine um, your journey. And in a marketing sense, the two things that you are putting under focus is what you're offering and your pitch. Another realization is having to accept that not all of your prospective customers, even if they're stood in front of you, are ready. It's like the old adage that if you have a physical shop, you have to be okay with people walking by. Some of them may be your potential customers, and they may casually look. They may even put a nose up against your window. Um, but they're not all ready to take a journey. And often they are just wondering whether you're the person uh, they'd like to help them on their journey, because, you know, all customers are on a journey as well as you. And often it's it's a very human thing. They want to know if they like you. And if they've never set eyes on you before, if they've didn't know the name of your business before, they need to go through a process too of getting to know you. And you have to accept that people are, have various needs. Some people are willing to run towards you immediately, and some need, um, a period of time, which may be, days, weeks, months, hopefully not years. But that's the approach you need to take. So what is the best method? Well, there are many best methods, but one I'm going to talk about in the next episode is webinars. So I will catch you then. See you later.